Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things nerdy through a common sense lens. And for a very long time, we really freaked out when we ever heard that Amazon was going to go ahead and adapt something, right? Especially because of what they've done to some of our most beloved IPs, whether it be Rings of Power, Wheel of Time, or just some of the other things they destroyed or messed up towards the end. Well, when we found out that Jennifer Sulky was finally fired from Amazon MGM, that the Wicked Witch was finally gone from the West over there, it was a rejoicing situation because this is the person that was the driving force behind all of the identity politics kind of nonsense that, of course, Amazon had been pushing and destroying Tolkien's great work in the process of doing so. Well, one of those projects that, of course, was headlined by Jennifer Sulky out there was none other than the Tomb Raider adaptation from, of course, none other than Fleabag, aka the star of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dysentery, of course, none other than Phoebe Waller-Bridge, which, of course, threw up all kinds of red flags all over the place with a lot of people going, oh God, this is probably going to be really bad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people thought this would be canceled with, of course, Jennifer Sulky leaving. Well, it turns out that is not the case. And as a person who always appreciates an actor or an actress actually putting in the work for a role, while it looks like not only is it canceled, but Sophie Turner, the person allegedly cast for the role for Lara Croft, has a new photo of herself out there looking absolutely jacked. Boys and girls, it is absolutely insane. It is absolutely crazy. And although I do love Sophie Turner as an actress, she's not exactly my first pick out there, of course, for Lara Croft for a very obvious physical reasons. Many of us wanted Haley Atwell out there, who of course fits the definitions and the proportions of Lara Croft absolutely perfect. And though I do think Sophie Turner is an absolutely gorgeous girl, she is a little on the skinny side for Lara Croft. But needless to say, like I said, I can always appreciate someone who's willing to work out and actually put in the effort to support a role. So we're going to check this article from cosmicbook.news and of course show you off the pictures of what our dear sweet Sophie Turner looks like now, and as well as the source of the picture as well. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing. We just crossed 1,900. We are sailing our way towards 2K once again, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. What do you think of the casting of Sophie Turner as Lara Croft? Do you think this will end up working out well? Do you think because Jennifer Sulky is gone that maybe somebody will look over the shoulder of Phoebe Waller-Bridge and actually give us a good quality Tomb Raider series? Or do you think this stuff is going to be DOA right from the get-go? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And if you can support the channel, please check out the links in the description. Think about becoming a member of the channel, which you get access to, of course, all of our wonderful member streams that we have once a month, where you can hang out with me and a bunch of other nerds talking about nerd stuff, get you access to a bunch of cool emojis for our live streams, and of course, get your name at the end credits of every single one of our videos and live streams. So please, if you got a little extra cash, think about checking out the link in the comment section down below. All right, from Matt McGloin over there at cosmicbook.news. Tomb Raider series not canceled. Sophie Turner jacked as Lara Croft. And I do have to admit, I've always had a weakness for redheads. Obviously, that's always been one of my things. And Sophie Turner is very much a beautiful redhead. And she did look really good in that Matrix outfit that she posted for Halloween last year. The live-action Tomb Raider series at Amazon might still be happening, as images have surfaced of Sophie Turner, who is in super shape and possibly jacked and ripped for the role of Lara Croft. According to a recent report from Variety, the production team behind the series has re-upped their deal and are currently producing the Tomb Raider live-action TV series in works from creator Phoebe Waller-Bridge. And that's the part that really kind of scares us and terrifies us. It's said that the company specializes in adaptations of video games and other non-traditional IP into television and film. The real question is, what are the things that they actually done in the past that have been successful? Haven't really heard a lot, but maybe if they really do specialize, they'll be okay. I don't know. We'll see what happens. They're also behind the Netflix Tomb Raider animated series and are developing season 2. Yeah, that's probably all you really need to know. Additional video game adaptations they're working on, including Toe Jam and Earl, which shouldn't that be Toe Jam and Earl? I thought that was... Anyway, and It Takes Two with Dwayne Johnson's $7 production co-producing. It Takes Two was a video game? I didn't even know. Toe Jam and Earl? We'll see how all that works out. Two different reports had said that the Tomb Raider series isn't happening, which was being developed by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. However, following... Hey, Matt basically does it all by himself. It happens. However, following Amazon firing Jennifer Salke as head of its studio, a report surfaced that Phoebe Waller-Bridge's Tomb Raider series is dead. Well, apparently it's not, because Sophie Turner was said to have been cast in the new role as Lara Croft. The actress, who is known for playing Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones, was recently spotted out in the wild attending what looks like to be a friend's bachelorette party. Now the infamous picture, because although this did not come from her Instagram, even though they have links to her Instagram, and apparently this is the party that she was actually at for all of this kind of stuff, obviously she's not flexing here, but looking lovely as always, and I'm pretty sure she might actually have a decent rump on her. But the picture from this same party was, of course, posted over here on the internet by Culture Crave, but this actually came from an article from US Magazine, Us Magazine, I guess, the hottest celeb bikini moments of 2025, Brittany Mahomes, Kylie Jenner, and more. But of course, as you can see here, the very first picture we see is the one of Sophie Turner looking jacked as all get out. I mean, girl's got a six-pack, looking absolutely fabulous with that, and those arms are obviously very natural. Now, obviously, you can tell she isn't gone crazy because she doesn't look all swollen here, but when a girl who's properly fit flexes, this is exactly what you get, a lot of definition. And if she's working out for an action role, i.e. Tomb Raider Lara Croft, this actually makes a lot of sense out there. So yeah, needless to say, girl's looking good, but I think we can all see the obvious issue with her playing Lara Croft here, and it sits clearly behind her bikini top. Not saying she doesn't look great, but at the exact same time, doesn't exactly match Lara Croft. Who knows? I've heard some people talking about, well, maybe they'll CGI it, maybe they'll do something else, camera angles, push-up bras, who knows? But needless to say, she's put in the work, and I can absolutely appreciate that. Girl is looking jacked. So according to IMDb, the Tomb Raider series is actually still in production. So Sophie Turner is also said to be involved in two other upcoming projects. The Dreadful, also said to be in production, about following Turner as Anne and her mother-in-law, Morwen, who live a solitary, harsh life on the outskirts of society. So it sounds like Sophie Turner is one of Hollywood's new hot things. But when a man from the past returns, he will set off a sequence of events that become a turning point for Anne. Kit Harington also stars. Well, hey, there you go. At least she gets to hang out with Kit again. That'll be cool. Turner is also said to be in pre-production on the sci-fi movie Cloud One, about a man who wakes up with amnesia and is placed in a virtual reality rehab center where he falls for a virtual woman, obviously going to end up being Sophie Turner. Blurring the lines between reality and simulation as a complex relationship unfolds across both realms. The flick also stars Boyd Holbrook. So that definitely sounds like that's very in line with some of the dystopian kind of AI stuff we're seeing right now. There's actually pretty much a giant genre of those kind of movies right now, which they've been around for a while, and it actually makes sense. We've been doing this stuff for a very long time, because obviously that's the big worry with AI and girlfriends and all of that kind of stuff. So the previous details for the Tomb Raider series include Phoebe Waller-Bridge is writing and executive producing. The series is said to be written by Megan McDonnell, who is known for The Marvels, WandaVision, and Marvel's Agatha series. Yay! Those were all smash hits, right? Right? I mean, given I enjoyed the majority of WandaVision, but that ending was abysmal, and honestly, it turned me off of Marvel movies and television shows for a very long time. I didn't return to the theaters for a Marvel movie until Deadpool and Wolverine. That's how much I hated the ending to WandaVision. So needless to say, and the Marvels bombed at the box office. Agatha series was absolutely abysmal in the ratings. So yeah, needless to say, not exactly looking great. Phoebe Waller-Bridge has previously talked about this. Yeah. She has an attitude. She's very deliberate what she wanted to do. That all changed when they realized they could market her as a sex symbol. She's a Tomb Raider, so she's incredibly fit. She also has to squeeze through tiny rock crevices all the time. It's a different experience squeezing through a small rock crevice when you have larger boobs and if you have smaller boobs. I mean, it's not like Phoebe Waller-Bridge would know anything about having actual big boobs in any way, shape, or forms. And by the way, they squish down. I mean, just look at any kind of sports bra out there. But needless to say, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Sophie Turner is looking absolutely jacked for her new role as Lara Croft's Tomb Raider. It looks like the show is probably destined to be absolutely disastrous dumpster fire based on everybody who's involved with it, based on everybody that's writing it and what they have done in the past. And considering the fact that this other crew has already produced the Lara Croft Tomb Raider series, which of course is a bunch of gobbledygook and a bunch of nonsense that a lot of people haven't been enjoying, and of course it's identity politics to the nine with diversity, inclusion, and equity characters thrown all over the place, so I would expect the exact same thing for this. I'm glad to see that Sophie Turner is getting work. She's a beautiful girl. I know she's had a lot of her issues, but what Hollywood girls don't end up going through that, so hopefully she'll come out good on the other side, but clearly she's doing the work and putting in the effort and the dedication to her role, so if nothing else, at least there's those good things to be said, and we any excuse for us to look at Sophie Turner in a bikini, I'd imagine nobody's really going to complain about in any way, shape, or form. But needless to say, boys and girls, the absolute abomination, the disastrous dumpster fire, the woke, the diversity, inclusion, spirit of the age, whatever you want to call it, PC, politically correct version of course, Tomb Raider featuring Lara Croft is going to be coming to Amazon, and no matter how jacked Sophie Turner works out, no matter how good she does in the role, at the end of the day, the people behind it, the people producing this, and the people, of course, writing it and directing it, and the creatives behind it and everything else, these are completely and totally spirit of the age, possessed by the spirit of the age, activist kind of nonsense people that are going to use Tomb Raider to push their own personal political agenda. This isn't the first time we've seen this, and it won't be the last before all of this kind of spirit of the age stuff is finally purged from our culture. So you know what? Shout out to Sophie for doing the work. You looking great, darling, gorgeous as ever, but you know what, Amazon? You hired a bunch of activists to produce one of the most iconic sex symbols of modern video game history, and you're going to get exactly what you deserve, because not only did you dance with the devil, but you hired a whole lot of them. And based on what we know so far, the Tomb Raider series is absolutely going to burn you. And after all, you get what you deserve.